What if the very same technology that we worry might replace us is actually the key to unlocking a future that's better than we can imagine? Well, today we're going to take a journey. It's a speculative dive, based on where things are headed right now, into a world completely remade by AI. Our destination? The year 2045.
Our story doesn't start decades from now. Nope, it starts just around the corner. I want you to picture this. It's January 2026. You're in Seoul. You open your apartment window, and that cold winter air hits your face. Down below, the city hums with the quiet whir of electric cars. It all feels so normal. But this exact moment, it's the launchpad for 2 decades of the most radical change humanity has ever seen.
So, in early 2026, these are the titans shaping our world. You've got Alphabet, just soaring thanks to its powerful AI, Gemini. Then there's Tesla. Yeah, they're in a bit of a slump, but they're betting the farm on their new Cybercab and the Optimus robots. And Bitcoin, it's settled in as a kind of digital gold. These are the pieces on the chessboard, right before the entire game gets flipped upside down.
And that moment, that seemingly stable present we just imagined, it is exactly that. The calm before a massive, world-altering storm of technological disruption. And the engine that's going to power that storm is already fired up and running.
You see, the one single force behind everything that's about to unfold is this massive, truly unprecedented explosion in productivity, and it's all driven by AI. It's a force that's going to create unimaginable wealth by making everything faster, cheaper, and more efficient, but it's also about to unleash absolute chaos.
And here's where that chaos really begins. In the years from 2026 to 2030, the shiny promise of AI smashes head-on into the reality of human jobs, and the impact, well, it's immediate. And it is profound.
This new era immediately creates 2 completely different realities. For the big corporations, it is a golden age. I mean, look at Alphabet. The profits jumped by 33% because AI is now automating a staggering 40% of all business processes. Productivity is just off the charts. For the companies at the top, the boom is bigger than they ever dreamed.
But here's the other side of that boom. This is a quote, something overheard in a coffee shop in Seoul. All of a sudden, white-collar workers are discovering that the reports they used to spend hours on, an AI can now do them in minutes. And that one question, what do I do now? It starts to echo in offices everywhere.
And this number is the result, 15%. That becomes the new unemployment rate. Think about it. As AI like Gemini automates the office and robots like Tesla's Optimus take over physical jobs, a huge chunk of the human workforce just becomes redundant. And the speed of this disruption is just breathtaking. In 2026, the Cybercab hits the streets. By 2027, Gemini has completely hollowed out entire industries. By 2028, the social fabric is tearing apart with massive protests. And just 1 year after that, governments are forced to start experimenting with a truly radical idea: universal basic income.
This brings us into the next decade, the age of adaptation. With society just in turmoil, people start desperately searching for a new social contract. Now, UBI wasn't some easy choice. It was born out of crisis, a last-ditch effort that was fought over tooth and nail in the halls of power.
So, what is UBI? The concept is actually pretty simple. It's a system where every single citizen, no questions asked, gets a regular payment, just enough money to cover their basic needs. Think of it as a safety net for a world where the old jobs just aren't coming back.
But of course, the big question is, how do you pay for something like that? Well, the solution comes in 3 steps. First, after years of intense political fights, a heavy tech tax is finally slapped on the insane profits of companies like Alphabet and Tesla. Then, that money gets pooled into a global UBI fund. And finally, the funds are paid out directly to citizens. The very engines of disruption are now funding the solution. And the result is nothing short of a fundamental pivot in what it even means to be human. Society shifts its focus from labor for income to creativity and education. Your identity is no longer about your career path, it's about your passion projects. That constant fear of being replaced gives way to a new freedom to just explore.
This transition isn't just economic, it's deeply psychological. And here's where technology, funnily enough, helps again. AI counselors, with these calm, reassuring voices, help millions of people work through this massive life change, whispering, "It's okay, let's find a new path together." Which finally brings us to our destination, the year 2045. After all the chaos, after the incredible adaptation, what kind of world has actually emerged?
Has this massive, risky experiment actually worked?
Let's just imagine a day in 2045. You wake up, and your Gemini AI butler has already perfectly organized your schedule. Food and energy? They're nearly free, thanks to AI running our farms and power grids. Need to go somewhere? A driverless cybercab is always just a moment away, and all those household chores are handled by an Optimus robot. Your work, if you can call it that, is collaborating with an AI on whatever you're passionate about. A new novel, a piece of music, whatever you want. The financial foundation for this entire life is a monthly UBI payment of $2,000, and it's paid out in Bitcoin, which was chosen because it's stable, it's decentralized, and it's not controlled by any one government. In a world where most of life's necessities are almost free, it's more than enough for a comfortable, creative life. The entire global economy now basically rests on these three pillars. You've got Alphabet, providing the intelligence layer for the whole planet. You have Tesla, providing all the automated physical labor and transport. And you have Bitcoin, which provides the stable, decentralized financial rails for the whole system to run on.
So, what we've arrived at is a world of managed abundance. Technology just got so good, so efficient that it made everything cheaper and cheaper. And instead of letting that deflation collapse the economy, humanity figured out a new social contract to share all that abundance with everyone.
Now, this whole scenario we've walked through is one possible path. It's a utopia built by technology. But it was never guaranteed. At every single turn, things could have gone a very different way. So the question that leaves us with is this. If this is the best-case scenario, what does the worst case look like? What happens if we fail to adapt?